Hello class and welcome back to another lesson. Okay, so today, quick lesson that I'm hoping you apply the information as soon as possible because I see this mistake quite often. I actually experienced this a few weeks ago when a client was trying to bring me on board to host a workshop. So, simple lesson today that I'm hoping again you apply as soon as possible. Potentially for your next meeting, even when you're talking with friends. Now, this particular tip is extremely useful when you're presenting a lot of different information. For example, when you're listing a bunch of different ideas or main points or subpoints, this tip is extremely useful. And that tip is use transitions. This could be transition words or statements. Okay, so let's dive into it. So, what are some examples of transition words or phrases or statements? Some examples would be literally the word first, second, next, moving forward, let's move on to the next point, etc. It's those statements, words, or phrases that literally you're telling your audience that you're moving forward to the next idea or the next main point. Now, one of the issues that a lot of people have when they're just delivering information, again, the context could be when you're at a business meeting or when you're just talking with friends. A lot of people tend to just throw out information and hope that the listener is able to interpret and digest all of that information, right? But as an audience member, it's difficult, especially when you're covering two, three, four, five, six different ideas of information. You want to break it up. And how do you break that information up? You use transition words or phrases to help guide the audience along when you're talking, right? Okay, so let's offer a quick little example. So, two statements, similar, but a little different. So, for those that are listening, let me just read it out. There's several ways to improve your public speaking. You can speak slower, you can speak slower, you should take more pauses, you can provide examples. Now, this example is what most people say, right? You have a topic sentence which is improve public speaking, and then you say all of the different ways that you can improve public speaking, right? That's what most people do. They present the main idea and then they say all the little subpoints, the little sub ideas. Now, how do you make this message a lot more effective? Do this instead by using transition words and see the difference. So, here's the example. There's several ways to improve your public speaking. First, you can speak slower. Second, you should take more pauses. Third, you can provide examples. Notice how I broke up all of that information by literally including three different words? Literally, the words are first, second, and third. So, think about it. When you hear the words first, second, or third, what automatically comes to mind? It's a pattern, right? Usually first indicates that it is the first item of information because the way we count is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That's a learned behavior, right? That's what we've learned. So apply common communication practices or common things that we've learned in the past and put that into how you section out information. So a great way for all you visual learners is, let me show you a more effective example. So by using these transition words, first, second, and third, what you're pretty much doing is this. You are sectioning out information, right? That's visually what you're doing, but you're able to help paint the picture in people's mind. And that's what communication is. That's how you become a more effective communicator. You help people paint the picture, help them paint a clearer picture. And one thing that actually I don't want to dive into, it's way too long. Okay, but notice what this does, right? It sections and separates out the information by literally just saying first, second, and third. So use transitions in your meetings, in your conferences, when you're talking to people. It's best used when you are delivering and presenting a lot of different information, right? Kind of like what I did in this example. Okay, so let's keep this lesson very short, sweet, and I'm hoping that you apply it for your next meeting or just when you're talking to someone, right? Separate the information by just using transition words or statements. Again, transition words or first, second, lastly. You can say phrases such as moving forward, on to the next point, etc. Use words that indicate that you are transitioning to a new idea. And that will help people kind of prepare themselves for this new idea. Okay, quick lesson. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below, and if I have time, or I'll find time to hopefully answer the questions in a next video. Okay, everyone have a wonderful day. Apply this lesson. I hope it's helpful, but take care.